deals. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we made 7 figures in actual cash monies from the deals we did not do. Yeah, so now with every opportunity, there's always a problem, and this was the problem. We wanted to turn that house into a 5-bed HMO. The HMO offer was fine, but they still was blocking us, and we couldn't work out why are they not saying yes then. So anyway, after phone calls and digging, we find out that it's actually the environmental officer that says because of this canal here, which is just the other side of the street where we just were, is the reason why they won't do it. You can't have a bedroom downstairs. That's why it won't be passed. We said, why can't you have a bedroom? Why can't you have it downstairs? They said, well, this is in a flood zone area, so you're not able to do it. And flood zones have different levels, and this is apparently this is in the highest. Yeah, so we searched, and I asked them, I say, when was the last flood then? Yeah, and they said, oh, you can go and check on the records. So we went and checked on the records, and there is no flood in the last 30 years, 30. Yes, so at the time when we did the project. So I went back to them, I said, hey, listen, you're saying this in a flood zone, but there are no records of any floods in this street, in this house. So, like, why is there still a blocker? They said, well, you would have to prove why this is not a flood zone. And I said, well, surely the fact that it's never been flooded is enough proof to say that it's not in a flood zone. Surely you should be proving why it is in a flood zone. Yeah, so this is interestingly how then it worked. So they actually sent someone out to have a conversation, and that conversation went as far as, oh, okay, what, this bedroom's downstairs? Well then, you know, you're gonna need to raise the plug sockets to 1 meter off the floor, and you're gonna need an extra damp course on the brickwork. That was it. You know, how funny is it that, you know, certain laws or certain rules or regulations, they're in place, they have no relevance whatsoever, but yet so many people would have turned down opportunities like that. We wouldn't have made 15,000. And by the way, I just called the guy, you know, this is many years later, 5 years later, and it's funny enough, his wife answered, and she said, yep, we still own that property today. Yeah, because I was just checking in with him to see, you know, how he is as a friend and as also a fellow investor. So here's a summary, here's the lesson, here's the learning. Yeah, so if we didn't know how to navigate and get around this particular problem, then we would have made £15,000 from sourcing and project managing it, and this investor would not now have a cash flow and asset for the last 5 years that's gone up massively in value, not only just by doing the refinance, but now he's kept it for another 5 or 6 years. This history shows that between 7 to 12 years, property prices double, you know, but because rents are going up and values of these type of properties have been going up for the last few years, he's now quids in, and everybody wins, and 5 tenants have been able to live there for, you know, how many years, you know, who knows. So this is when somebody says no to you, it's because you don't know. When somebody says no, it's because you don't KNOW. And like, getting answers to these type of questions basically can make you tens of thousands, if not even hundreds of thousands of pounds. So my recommendation to you is, yeah, watch these videos, absolutely. But if you want to get started in property, you've got to come and get yourself surrounded by people who are playing it. If I want to play tennis, I've got to be around tennis players. If I want to be a doctor, I've got to hang around with doctors. You know, if I want to learn how to fly a helicopter, I must get around people who know how to fly helicopters. Yeah, so be careful you don't surround yourself by people just talking about it or talking crap about the industry of business and property entrepreneurship. Get around people who are actually getting their hands dirty and actually enjoying themselves doing it, because some people get their hands dirty and they whinge and complain about everything.